very nice to start with a clap of hands before a presentation. So thank you for welcoming me to the stage. My name is Stefano Virgili. Might come as a surprise to you, but I'm actually Italian, if you didn't figure it out. And this presentation is from the future. In fact, I live in Singapore. I've seen this industry being given birth to and die in Singapore. Blockchain is a swear word, ICO is a swear word, cryptocurrency is a swear word. You really don't want to be associated with that. But wherever you go, you find different reaction to different things. And so I'm here and I tell you the good things, the bad things, the ugly things. You pick what you like, you choose what to do with it. The company is called Vox. Vox.ag is an advisory company in Singapore. I've been around for a while. I'm 40. I've been around since I was 16, nearly a quarter of a century of business. I opened business in Italy, 3 of them in Singapore, 7 of them in Indonesia, 1 in Hong Kong, 1 in Oman, 5 in Uganda, 4. I come from traditional business. I'm not an expert in blockchain. I'm not an expert in ICO. But I have to become one last year. Otherwise, you become redundant if you don't mingle in this industry. And I tell you what are my 5 criteria to find out if ICO is successful. And you will see that these 5 criteria are very, very strict. Because everyone will tell you things like, the industry is full of scams. How do you define if an industry is full of scams or not? Hey, see if you fit in these 5. By the way, how many of you are launching an ICO in this room? How many of you are ICO? How many of you are investor? Put your hand up, please. And how many of you have bought token in your life? How many of you bought token? Here is a nice question. Keep your hand up if you have bought tokens before, please. Put your hand up, please. How many of you are using the tokens right now? Not for trading. In a real ecosystem where you're actually using it. Yeah, there is usually one person that keep the hand up. In every stage that I've been, there is always one person that keep the hand up and say that they are using the token. And I say, not for trading, the hand goes down. What really lacks in the industry is the utility of the token. Nobody buys the token to use the token. Everybody buys the token to buy a Lamborghini. And as long as the market works that way, nothing happens. And nothing will awake the market anymore. Here are the 5 criteria. Number 1, how much money have you attracted? If you stop there, if you think that you have attracted 30 million, 50 million, 100 million, and you have done a successful ICO, wrong. 1,000,000 times wrong. Because the next thing will happen is token price. What happened to the token? Yeah, I've seen in Singapore, $30 million attracted, token price goes down 96% in 2 weeks. The whole community go crazy. Next question, did you give the money back to the investors? Because the money you attract during an ICO is not your money, it's investors' money. They want the money back. If you don't give the money back, the ICO is a failure. Next, have you produced anything at all? Anything at all? How many, for 1 year, have been telling us that they were going to issue a card that you can do withdrawal of cryptocurrency from the ATM? Until now, 0. Limited edition, 50 units, 100 units, none of them is on the market. And finally, how many are making money out of it? So you might have gone through all the 5 steps. You realize that in this industry, there are very few that go through the 5 of them. And when you work with investors, generally, these are the questions that you get. Why do you need an ICO? And if the answer is because we need to do fundraising, sorry, it doesn't work anymore. There is a bank. If you need money, go to the bank. Yeah, I love banks, yeah. People come on the stage. If you like blockchain, you must hate banks. No, I love banks. Banks are great. Whenever you need money, they give you money. Isn't that fantastic? Next, why do you need blockchain? Is it because it's safe? It's not safe. Is it transparent? It's not transparent. Come on, it's a string of text and numbers. It's not transparent. Is it scalable? It's not scalable. CryptoKitties come, takes down the entire Ethereum network. All the attributes that we've been sold about blockchain are actually not really honest about it. And sometimes you ask, why do you need blockchain? Pizza delivery on blockchain? Come on, you really don't need blockchain for that. Some other transactions, yes, you need to record on blockchain. And why do you need a token? And if the answer is because you can pay with my token, hello, Visa and MasterCard solved that problem 50 years ago. There is no need for your token to pay. Visa and Master works perfectly. Next, how do you make money? Making an ecosystem, giving back money to the community, cutting the middleman. Hello, if you say you cut the middleman, most of the times you want to be the middleman. and you basically take less than the previous middleman. But that's not a business model. And how do I make money if I invest? Tonight I'll be attending an investor event. It's like flip cards, right? They pitch the project to me, and I decide, I invest or I don't invest. Most important thing, how do I make money out of it? Anatomy of a scam ICO. Ready to get started. You might recognize yourself in this one if you're running an ICO. No hard feeling, yeah? It's just an example of the ICOs that I've seen. Over 200 I've seen over the past 1 year. I tell you, when you see these signs, spells disaster. Number one, the guy has an idea, and here you go, he wants to make an ICO so he can make some money. So he goes to a lawyer and he say, find me the documentation. Nowadays, it's paperwork. It's just copy and paste. Lawyers used to ask $100,000, $200,000 for an ICO. Now you know it takes 4 days to prepare the paperwork for an ICO. Depending on what jurisdiction, you can't pay that amount of money for such a little work. Find the advisor. Incredible. On LinkedIn, the guy got retrenched from a bank. He became an ICO advisor the next day. Every day, I am attracting this advisor that they ask me if I have projects. Every day, someone changed job and became an ICO advisor. Then you start writing the white paper that will never finish. One of my customers, 41 versions of the white paper, never ending. And then you go on stage and you make promises, the scam promises. You're going to solve a problem. Hello, gaming industry doesn't solve any problem and has been growing non-stop since 2003. 15 years of growth without solving any problem. You don't have to solve a problem to make money. Secondly, everyone wants to build an ecosystem. I can't hear this word anymore, the ecosystem, because in the end, again, how many of you have tokens? How many of you have used it in an ecosystem yesterday, last week, last month, last quarter, last year? Then they go on stage and say, we are in this industry which is $4 trillion, we're going to take 1%. No, no, no in a lifetime, because for that 1%, there are 1,000, 10,000 players that are trying to do the same thing. Guy Kawasaki said the same thing. Never make the example of a small percentage of a large industry. It won't work. Then you start involving friends, family, and fools, and you tell them that you're going to make an ICO, you're going to make money. You come up with a random price, you issue a token, you promise blockchain so that you can come to a conference like this and talk on stage, otherwise you wouldn't stand a chance. And then you promise that it's not going to be another coin, right? It's going to be the coin, because you're not here for quick money. You're actually here to build something that will last forever, and you come up with a random price, 10 cents, 25 cents, who cares, doesn't matter, anyway, it will drop once you put it on the exchange. The exchange comes in and it tells you, listing on our exchange is free of charge, but you have to put $4 million deposit and $300,000 in market making. Hello, that's not free of charge. 111 registered exchanges in Singapore, 44 exchanges registered in Malaysia. There are too many exchanges, too many exchanges. They want community, so you have to have Telegram. And so you go to a guy that charges you $6,000 a month to put 10,000 fake people on your Telegram group through an airdrop, and the name of the user are Vietnam 1, Vietnam 2, Vietnam 3, Vietnam 4, Vietnam 5, and then you have Leonardo da Vinci, Raffaello Sanzio, and all the painters, and now all fake users. 20,000 people complaining, 4 out of 5 are fake accounts. It's incredible. Nobody buy the token from Telegram, but everyone has to have Telegram, otherwise they don't put you on the exchange. And then the exchange is happy, but now you have to pay the exchange. You don't have money, you need investors. So you come to conferences, and the investor is low, and they're asking you too many questions. And then you go back to the crowd, and the 20,000 people on your Telegram group, nobody buys anything. So you start connecting with the investor relation guys on LinkedIn, the advisors. You tell them we only pay success fee. Guess what? Nobody gives you any result on success fee. That's why there are companies that are charging you retainer. So you have 25 advisors, none of them is bringing in any business at all. You pay peanuts, you know what you got. Then you have the road show, Bitcoin after Bitcoin after Bitcoin after Bitcoin, to participate and speak in public. I attended a conference in Singapore last month. There was a room full of investors, me and my friend. And the guy was presenting his ICO to 2 of us. Amazing. It costed 3 Bitcoin to present to me and my friend. Incredible. I didn't get paid, but the organizer did, actually. And then silence, because you come to conferences like this, you got a stack of name cards this way, you can't really follow up with them. Then you hope that the guy in Korea will actually invest, but then Ethereum price goes down, he doesn't want to invest anymore, and then the VC guy is interested, he wants to buy equities, buy 1% of your equities for $1 million. There is no way in the world that you can actually sell it. So pressure and equities and overprice. Meanwhile, everyone is talking about STO. Very interesting. You burn all the bridges, promising an ecosystem. And everyone is talking about STO. Guess who's back? Haha, begging time. You are begging for investment. Investors are begging to leave them alone. Marketers are begging you to participate yet another conference. Exchanges are dropping their price because now they are begging you to be on board. I receive an email like this every day. 25 exchanges approach me over the past 3 weeks asking me to be CEO, CSO, CMO, or simply find a partnership, which means find me clients, and you won't get any client from me. And then more friends and family and fool asking you what's going on, and then people want to go to the moon, and you're begging the God and the universe, I have 1 minute left, to bring you some money finally, and everyone is talking about STO. Game over. ICO market is, if you are operating from Singapore, in my opinion, is pretty much at the end of the queue. However, you can still change if you go to an STO, or don't change and become a normal startup. It's okay. It's been like this for decades, right? Wait a minute. There is still hope if you have an ICO, and the hope is that if you find a strategic partner that buys your tokens and sells the tokens to their users, that might work. To me, that's the only solution to ICO. Or try with non-tradable utility tokens, NTUT. You cannot never exchange them for money. So whoever buys the token, they are forced to use them. And there are many opportunities to do gamification. So ask me how to merge an STO with an NTUT, and contact me if you want to make some money out of Singapore. This is my WhatsApp number. Thank you so much for your attention.